Hello, hello, it's your boy, Pokey West. Yes, it's finally time. We're the Fat Italians. 2020 to 2022. Sadly, I can't do 2023. I don't know how I could do it that way. I don't know how I could do a retrospective on that. I don't know. But yes, began with 2020 to 2023, they started to change the way War of the Fat Italians was done. Instead of just being Mario and SMG4, it was everybody. Well, kind of. They were split up into teams. And that's what the counter I did last time is going to be based off of. However, I will discuss which character won. And at the end, I will be doing the ratio of their wins and how many rounds they participated in. So that's how this one is going to be done. And then at the end of the video, we will scan all the characters to see their results. However, there is one more thing, and that's, it's almost the end of summer, meaning fall's around the corner, meaning there is a chance. Now, I don't think this is true, but there is a chance there could be another War of the Fat Italians, and they could do it in the old style. If they do, trust me, I will do a recap on it. I will tell you who won. But at the moment, I'm pretty sure they're just going to do what they did last year, but probably put a little bit of flavor into it, because at this point, SMG4 has learned that they can't keep redoing it. But with that out of the way, I suppose it is time. Time to start 2020. I don't think anybody wanted to say that after that year ended. 2020. When War of the Fat Italians changed forever. And also, when I started to get into the SMG4 fanbase. Yeah, originally when I was watching SMG4, it was because of Super GameCube Dude, but at the time, I only really cared for SML. Actually, most people only watched him for SML, which is why his channel got deleted when their relationship got really rocky. It kind of makes me ashamed I quit SML after they moved into the new house because of what happened to him. Like, oh god, I feel so bad for him. But, yeah, I wasn't really in. But then another YouTuber, Prince Charming, started to do reactions to SML and SMG4, and when I found his videos, I eventually found SMG4, remembered him, and went back. And, yeah, during that, the YouTube arc was going on. And, oh boy, they changed it. Now, I was around when they changed it, but even I'm kind of surprised they changed it. And that was a good thing they changed it. It's interesting. It's unique. And something they, as I said, they wouldn't really do until a couple years later. So, this one is, as I said, themed around SMG4 versus SMG3. So basically, like, originals versus bootlegs. So, I think it's time to start talking about them. So, yeah, 2020 starts with Kick, Jub Jub, the farthest. And on SMG4 side, we have Boopkins, and on SMG3 side, we have Rob. And while many, and Boopkins obviously won't kick his brother, it's his brother, but then Rob comes in on a chariot, ready to kick the baby. But then he misses because he has no legs. But Mario then comes in and kicks him. I'm not gonna count this as a Mario win. I'm gonna count this as I'm gonna count this as a tie. Mario technically was not in the thing. So, yeah. Next is pronounce Susan's last name correctly. SMG4 versus SMG3. And neither of them win because, like, how do you pronounce it? Worcestershire, Westry, Worcestershire, Worcester. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, but yeah, they both lose. But then we get our first win. Don't say Ouija. Both Luigi and Ouija have a tense contest, making sure they cannot say it. They go insane as they have the urge. Mario wishes his brother well, and he says, "Go, Ouija!" And Luigi loses because he said Ouija. Then we got Teach Maggie How to Cook. Tori versus Melanie. Now keep in mind this is when Melanie was just a melon, not a human. But Melanie won this because I don't know. She just gave her a flamethrower and it worked. And apparently Maggie lost that cooking skills. Apparently all Maggie needs to do to cook is use lethal weapons. Except unless you ask Bowser, then he'll tell you not to. But anyway, next we have Fight Fox. Bob versus Wimpu. Bob puts up a good fight, but then gets to like 999% in Smash Brothers, and just goes up the stage, and Wimpu gets blasted by Falco. No, not Captain Falcon. Smash Bros. Makes no sense. Anyway, next we have Watch Two Piece. Two Piece. Long story short, Axel got lost into the internet graveyard and created an anime called Two Piece, which is the weirdest thing you've ever seen. And I'm gonna give it to Melanie because Luigi just couldn't handle the how hot the watermelon was. I can't believe I said that. SMG4 will make you say the weirdest things. Anyway, next is do more illegal stuff without being caught by Mr. Monitor. This is Psycho versus Shroomy. And Psycho technically wins because technicality, who can last the longest, and Shroomy gets caught jailwalking. Geez, you didn't notice all the other, lot more serious crimes, you just noticed jailwalking. Huh. Anyway, Psycho won, even though she also gets arrested. Then, we have Find an Anime for Meggy. Tie because I don't know what type of animes they have in the SMG4 world, but they are the weirdest kind. Anyway, then we have who can backwards long jump like the fastest or better. I don't know. All you need to know is they BLJ so hard that they go into another universe. And according to Mario, he's done this before. Yeah. Apparent in Power Rangers, you go to other universes via subway. In SMG4, you commit a glitch from N64 that you can't even do anymore because they made a version where the frame rate's way better, so you can't make that glitch. Anyway, next is Get Bob a Girlfriend. They try Mario versus Wenpoo. They both try to get him hooked up with Belle, you may know from Metal Runner. Oh yeah, in the last, I forgot to mention this. The last challenge was Mario versus Luigi. So anyway, Mario versus Wenpoo get Bob a girlfriend. He he does not win because they start fighting. Poor Bob. You know what, Bob? I believe you can get a girl. Well, technically you do in Mario when you collab with Mario and the Nintendo memes thing. So, eh. Anyway, next is Steel Heavy Sandwich. And Belle tries to steal it, but Tari is able to stop her and then gets distracted by a duck and Belle grabs it, but then the duck wakes Heavy up and they both lose. But on the bright side, Heavy taught them how to make his great sandwiches. That's the true gift this competition got. How to make good sandwiches. Anyway, next is Defeat Matt from Wii Sport. Bob versus Rob. And they know they can't beat him if they're like 1v1. So they both team up. They do good, but Rob gets distracted by corn. Yeah, it's a tie. Probably would have been tie even if they did one because they were working together. Next is Survive a Giant Wario Head. SMG4 versus SMG3, and SMG4 gives Wario Shrama.
Wario, the accident was 30 years ago. Let your mother go. It wasn't your fault.
I'm going to fly for you.
So sad. Anyway, it's time for Minecraft 1v1 against Steve versus Meggy versus Rob. You know, as much as Meggy is the main character, she doesn't really appear in this one. Nor does she really appear in most of these. We'll get to that. But yeah, it is Meggy versus Rob. Rob turns himself into an iron golem, and Steve easily kills him. Then he goes after Meggy, and Meggy doesn't really put up a good fight, but then holds his chicken hostage. However, Steve does not take that kindly.
You think
Chickens!
this is your ally? Or you merely adopted them?
Chickens!
And thus, this becomes a tie. Next is Fix Toad and Toadette's relationship. Bob says it best.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder. No, it's f***ed. Sorry, guys. Not even I can fix it.
Yeah, even Jub couldn't fix it. Yikes. Next is Make a Spicy a Meme. And this one is SMG4 versus SMG3. SMG4 wins because all of SMG3's memes are kind of lame.
And they deployed a special team that shot and killed the gorilla.
Next is Be the Best Teletubby. Mario versus Jub. And yeah, they this how does I don't know how to explain it. it's a tie, but because they just yeet out because I wouldn't want to do this either. Screw being a Teletubby. Who wants to be a Teletubby? Anyway, then is Lift Big SMG4. Luigi v. Winpoo. The final one for this one, and Winpoo wins. Ending War of the Fat Italians 2020. Before we get to the scoring of this one, I will have to say the rap here is sick.
Checkmate. Sorry, lads. Game's ending early. I'm a power-hungry man in a bit of a hurry. With all these rules you're expected to comply, here's a rule called you're gonna die.
I love the 2020 rap. As I said, I joined during 2020, so yeah, this was like probably my favorite. This is probably like one of my favorite raps. As I said, most of the raps often keep getting gradually and gradually better, and eventually during this list we'll get to the peak one. But man, 2020 is probably my favorite rap. Just for me joining at that time, and also just it being really cool. Also, this is when Meggy gets her human voice and is now voiced by Lizzie Freeman.
Not enough killing.
Guys, please stop fighting. There's only one true foe. Using you to grow. It's SMG3.
Because SMG4 decided, Meggy, we've overused you so much, we're gonna just make a whole show about you. But yeah, I like 2020's rap. Anyway, time for the score. So the score. Mario participated in 2 rounds, but won none of them. SMG4 participated in 3 rounds and only won 2 of them. SMG3 participated in 3 rounds, mostly against SMG4, and won none of them. And the one that SMG4 didn't win, they both tied on. Bookins participated in 2 rounds, won none of them. Rob participated in 3 rounds, won none of them. Luigi participated in 3 rounds, won none of them. Luigi participated in 2 rounds and won 1 of them. Tori participated in 2 rounds, won 0 of them. Melanie participated in 2 rounds, won both of them. Bob participated in 3 rounds, won none of them. Winpoo participated in 4 rounds, won 1 of them, the last one. Psycho only participated in 1 round, and did win that one. Shroomy participated in only 1 round and lost to Psycho. Belle participated in 1 round and tied with Tari, so she's not won any round. Meggy has only participated in 1 round, the Steve versus Meggy and Rob, and lost that one, tied with Rob. Jub participated in 2 rounds and lost both of them. Sad for Jub. I guess his score is not that good. And that's 2020. 2020 changed the War of the Fat Italian formula so much that that's why I had to split this in 2. The formula is so different that I needed to do this. But it's time to get on with 2021. And I have issues with this one. But before we get to 2021, we have to talk about the score. The team SMG4 had won 3 rounds, while SMG4 3 had won 4 rounds. So they swapped their numbers, meaning technically SMG4 should own the SMG4 channel. Well, I guess it should be the SMG3 channel. But I guess he did steal the remote before the thing ended. Little did he know, he won by 1, and if he just didn't steal that remote, he would have gotten the channel. Not the smartest move he's made? No, it was not. So now we're on to 2020. So why do I have issues with this? Because of the theme. SMG4 versus Mario. I don't get that theme. Why did they could have just did it so maybe it was an alternate version of themselves. Like maybe they had to fight themselves. Sure, it would have been kind of lazy too, but still better than the theme we got. It also gives Mario a disadvantage. Kind of. It did affect him a small bit, but ultimately he won't get as much of a score as you think. But so far it is Mario versus SMG4. But who did win this one? Let's find out. So we first go into open the bag of chips. And it is Mario versus SMG4. And Mario tries his hardest to open that bag of chips with his mighty strength. And then SMG4 just and Vano snaps Mario. Next is Mario versus Bob, and it's Steal Steve's chicken. I don't even know what Mario tried to do, and Bob turned the chicken into KFC, so that was a tie.
You will answer for your actions, and God may not be so merciful.
On the plus side, we get KFC.
Then do the best impression of Luigi. Many line up to do their best impression. Luigi does a good impression, but man, Mario was good enough to impress Luigi, so he wins.
It's a me, Luigi. And I'm the little fish. Damn, he's good.
And next is who can wake up Melanie. And Melanie's human now. Just wanted to point that out. But anyway, they try to wake her up. It's Mario versus Meggy, and yeah, they try their best, but Meggy is able to wake her up with a bunch of speakers.
Don't make me kick your ass. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Hey, that's pretty good.
So yeah, Meggy wins. Next is Mario versus Bob. Not get canceled on Twitter. Mario wins. Anyway, next is make Mr. Monitor commit a crime. Mario versus Psycho. Mario tries to pretend to be his father, but it doesn't work. Psycho commits a crime and tries to make him go on this huge chase that tries to get him to commit the crime. But he keeps avoiding it until he finally catches up with Psycho on grass. And there's clearly a sign that says, "Don't touch the grass!" No! Psycho won. Anyway, next is who don't find NSFW, Nigerian spicy fried watermelon. Technically, this says who can go the longest, so Mario won because Tari immediately searched it up while Mario was playing trickery and was able to Google 2 things without bringing it up. So he Googled Super Mario, and there's a reason they say don't Google yourself. Don't do it! Anyway, next is post Eggman. I will not be completing the rest of that sentence. So it's Mario versus Melanie, and Eggman is running away, trying to hide his shame, and Melanie eventually gets the drop on him. And next is Beat Psycho and Guitar Hero. I'm gonna just say this is a tie because SMG4 got a negative score. And Mario, he's just in the corner doing what Mario does. So that's a tie. Next is who can be nice to Luigi? Mario versus Boopkins. Boopkins obviously wins. It's Boopkins. He's the nicest person alive. Next is Speedrun Bell. So Mario tries to play Minecraft with Bell, but as soon as he chops down a tree, Bell is just slayed the Ender Dragon, has a full house, and has full diamond armor. While Luigi gets her by playing Rock Simulator and she doesn't understand, she just retreats. Honestly, I don't know how they thought they were gonna outspeed run a Meta Runner, but yeah, Luigi can take that title, I guess. Anyway, next is Press the Button. I don't want to elaborate too much on this. It's a Mario vs. SMG4. We'll just say Mario wins. We'll just say that. Anyway, make the strongest password. It's Mario versus Melanie. Mario puts it in a blender, but Melanie summons the devil. Apparently, Melanie's buddies with Satan, apparently. Huh. And is able to create the most secure password on the planet and wins. Next is Hide and Seek. Mario versus Tari. That old man that always appears was apparently the perfect person to hide and seek because to find them. Even though he couldn't find them in 84 years. Huh. Actually, maybe he wasn't old at the time. I don't know. Next is beat Sonic in a race. It's SMG4 versus Mario. SMG4 steals the YouTube remote and pauses him. He does go quick, but Susan catches up to him and punishes him for stealing the remote. Mario just pops a cap in his leg and cripples him and just walks.
If bread and French is pain, then I own a baker.
So Mario definitely won this one. Next is Get Discord mod Mario versus Bob. Mario doesn't. Bob just pretends to be a girl and gets it.
Did you guys see me absolutely on those challenges?
Oh, really, Bob? Let's see the score. According to this, Mario participated in 16 challenges. All of the 16. But has only won 5 of them. That's why I said it doesn't really affect the score. Technically, it will, because no one really got above that. But yeah, he did lose most of the challenges he was in. But SMG4 won 1 out of the 3 challenges. SMG3 won 0 out of his 1 challenge he was in. Boopkins won the 1 challenge he was in. Luigi won 1 of the 2 challenges he was in. Tori won none of the 2 challenges she was in. Melanie won both of the 2 challenges she was in. Bob, I gotta question you because you've only won the last one. The other 2 you lost. You won 1 out of the 3 challenges. Psycho won the one she was in, and Maggie won the one she was in. Gosh, they do Maggie dirty. She only participated in 1 challenge in both of them. Huh. Justice for my girl. Anyway, everyone got a total of 8. And we already know Mario's score is 5. So, I guess technically the ending does make sense. Because they won 8 while he won 5. So, they were able to pass it. But, yeah, that's 2021. Like I said, it's kind of disappointing. Except the rap battle. The rap battle, oh, this is the peak. I still think 2020 is still my favorite, but 2021 is, the peak of rap battles. Great instrumental, great song. It's just a great thing. Nothing. There's no no SMG4 song that would top it, except for one.
Gotcha, binge watching. You can't stop me from cooking up this instant classic. You and your friends will look fantastic. Come and get your tickets. Don't want to miss this moment when those stars hit five and get creative control of your reel. Grab a seat and let's seal the deal. When those gorgeous stars hit five and get creative control of your real life. And scene.
Mr. Puzzles, I love you so much. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, the peak of the WOTFI raps. Even 2023's didn't really deliver that much. It was a good rap, but I still think 3210 is the best WOTFI rap. But what about the last one, 2022? And man, it feels like I did this really quick. Although, to be fair, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 WOTFIs to get through last time. And this time, I only have 3. So, now, it's time to finish this. Time to see who won War of the Fat Italians. And, at the end, also compare Mario and SMG4's score to what they have now. And see, does SMG4 still carry his crown, or does Mario outrank him and steal it? Let's see. And now we're on to probably the most controversial one, 2022. One's not bad. It's just controversial because it was once again an arc that ended before the Fat Italians, and that's what we have for the past two times. People were kind of mad, and I can also see why. The lawsuit arc came after the Kaizo storyline, and frankly, that's a good example of how this arc should have been handled, but they didn't do it well. So, 2022's one was not popular. That's why 2023's was so different. And thus, this is the last War of the Fat Italians that retains the old style. It's kind of sad that we don't get to see this anymore, but honestly, I kind of get it. War of the Fat Italians has evolved a long way from its beginning. I didn't really think about it. I knew a couple ones because I went back and watched the ones with the raps. With the raps in it. But going back to see the ones before, SMG4 really has come a long way. It's like really different. Looking at the old blooper War of the Fat Italians, but now looking at this one, look how far it's come. And frankly, when you come that far, you change, and he has changed. War of the Fat Italians needed to change too, so that's why War of the Fat Italians 2023 was different. Now, unless 2024 ends up once again being the old style War of the Fat Italians, this will be the end of this video. I guess if you guys want me to, I could do maybe a retrospective on the arcs or every year of SMG4. But until then, it's time to end this with 2022. Now, who can grow the largest mustache? SMG4 tries to water his mustache, but as Mario just grows it on command and overtakes the world immediately. Yeah, he just overthrows the world.
You don't
Survive Bob's life story. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this one is themed around Nintendo versus SMG, well, non Nintendo. So let's see who actually should have won this. Because apparently Judge Kirby couldn't really judge this. Well, let's see what if he's right. Anyway, Survive Bob's life story, Wario versus Melanie. And Wario just passes out in the first moment, and Melanie like puts like googly eyes on or something, and just sleeps through the whole thing. So she technically won because she didn't get caught. Next is who can eat more than Kirby. Mario versus SMG4. I mean, it's Kirby. He's not that dangerous.
39 buried, 0 found.
Okay, then again, he does kill Eldritch gods for a living, so maybe don't get ahead of yourself. And yeah, they go for an eating contest. They weigh themselves. They both weigh the same, but Mario eats his hat and wins. But then Kirby eats Mario and defeats him. He then turns to SMG4 and he's like, nope, 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 jumps off the cliff.
In your face!
Fish I'm out.
Yeah, don't blame me, mate. And that's a tie. Next is make the best ship. Bowser versus Wimpu. Bowser, being the king of the Koopas, obviously knows how to make a pretty good airship. But what's this? Wimpu has found the best ship.
The best ship is me and your mom.
Yo, mama!
I'm gonna admit, at the end of this, I love that they did the yo mama thing, because those videos were funny. Does he still make those? I don't think he makes those anymore. Anyway, next is who can respect people's opinions on Twitter. I'll say right now it's a tie. No one can dare respect people's opinions on Twitter. Well, at least you didn't have to go on to be modern Twitter. Gosh, all you have to do is breathe wrong and you can get canceled. Ugh. Anyway, who can get more girls, Bob or Swag? I think you all know the answer to this. It's a tie. Next is commit the most copyright infringements, Nintendo versus SMG4. Because there's not really any character I can put on that could just represent Nintendo. Nintendo's going to represent itself. And yeah, SMG4 wins this. But then gets attacked. Next is make more money on a certain website. And it's Mario versus Karen. Karen just poses feet pics and she wins. Next is be the least funny. Luigi versus SMG3. SMG3 tries to show a meme and no one laughs, and Luigi just does dumb stuff and the whole audience laughs at him. Poor Luigi. But yeah, SMG3 won this and he gets mad because no one finds him funny. What's strange is eventually his character will go the opposite way, and he will eventually become more popular than SMG3. Kind of. That's how I interpreted it. And it's especially funny because even in the fan base, SMG3 is more beloved than SMG4. Because just look at SMG4 now. What did they do? They massacred my boy. Anyway, do the coolest skateboarding trick, Mario versus Psycho. Psycho does a couple good tricks, and he's good, but then Mario just rolls out into the air, doing these flips, these flops, and everything. And he would have won this if he stunk the landing, but he died. So I'm going to give it to Psycho. Next is, who can survive not memeing? Mario vs. SMG4. I'm going to be technical. They both lost this because they both technically have said memes. But the show says that Mario won. So, yeah. I guess Mario won. Next is, do a semester's worth of homework. Mario vs. Meggy. They don't give my boy a chance. I mean, he didn't have a chance, but boy, what the heck? Why didn't you give my dude Mario a chance? Anyway, Meggy wins, obviously. Anyway, next is get away with pirating Nintendo games. On this thing I'm reading off of, it says Nintendo. I don't know what Nintendo is. Anyway, it's at Bob versus SMG4, and Bob, most importantly, this says gets away with it. Bob is actually able to get away with it, while SMG4 gets caught. Anyway, yeah, Bob wins. Next is make a better self-portrait. Mario versus Cameron. Not Cameron, Karen. Anyway, Karen makes this great masterpiece of a cat, while Mario just sucks. Luigi prefers Karen's painting, so Karen wins. Next is what the... Okay, I think voice typing is bad. This is defeat Senator Armstrong. That's definitely supposed to be defeat Senator Armstrong. And anyway, you all played Metal Gear Solid. You know Senator Armstrong is basically unstoppable. Psycho just gets slapped, and Bob's only able to defeat him with cancel culture. Bob technically wins, but he played underhandedly. Next is find the One Piece. Boopkins versus Melanie. And this one's a tie because that show's still going on. Also, this kind of screwed Melanie over, because Melanie was winning all the rounds, but she lost this one because it was a tie. And then she'll lose another one, and we'll get to that pretty soon. But next we gotta talk about Kirby lore. Mario versus Meggy. Mario, I think, technically won this because his brain just deflates. I think it more depends on your interpretation of this. Meggy did not survive, and Mario did. Next is Anger Twitter. Bob versus SMG4. Somehow, Bob's able to actually post something sane and everyone likes, while SMG4 posts something that gets an angry mob chased after him, and he wins. But then he gets killed by the angry mob. Next is okay, this is defeat Senator Armstrong again, but this is Toad versus Melanie, so this is obviously who can survive with a clone of themselves. I don't know why it says that, but it does. Anyway, Melanie starts struggling with her clone over the bed and starts fighting, while Toad's clone is just looking at them like, women. And then they start fighting. Now, technically, they both lost. But it also technically says who can survive the longest. So, by technicality, Toad won. Any, it is kind of sad that Melanie lost and tied around, because she would have almost been the champion with a better win streak than most many. Oh well. Anyway, next is Shroom Eating Contest. Mario versus Shroomy. I personally think Mario probably should have won this, but Shroomy, I think we don't really know for sure, so I'm gonna just say it's a tie. Next is Drink Fluids from Under the Sink. Luigi versus Swag. Luigi's actually smart and doesn't, but Swag just drinks ahead. I probably haven't mentioned this before, but Swag's my favorite character. I love him. Uh, Never change, Swag. Never change. Changed. I cannot pronounce words. Anyway, next is convince Valve to update TF2. No one could convince him. SMG4 and Mario both lose. And of course, Kirby did not keep track of the score, so up to me, I guess. Okay. Nintendo has 6 and SMG4 has 10. So, yes, SMG4 had won this. This has also, has the most amount of WOTFI challenges with 22. Yikes. So, Mario has won 3 out of 11 challenges he was in. He was in 15 last time and 11 this time. What the? And people complain that War of the Fat Italian, that this was just the same seas because War of the Fat Italians ended with an arc again. Oh no, the same seas because they overused Mario. And this is bad because, like I said, Meggy gets doesn't really appear in challenges this much, and so do a lot of other characters. But you favor Mario? Like, what? Anyway, Mario gets 3 out of 11, has won 3 out of the 11 challenges he was in. SMG4, 2 out of the 8. Wario, he lost the 1 challenge he was in. Melanie was in 3 challenges, only won 1, losing her streak. Bowser was in 1 and lost that 1. Wimpu was in 1 but won that 1. Bob was in 4 and won half of them, winning 2. So, Bob, your win streak's getting better. Anyway, Swag was in 2 but only won 1 of them. Psycho was in 2 but only won 1. Meggy was in 2 but only won 1. Boopkins was only in 1 and lost it. Well, he tied because he couldn't find the One Piece. But, the One Piece is real. The One Piece is real. That was cringe, I'm sorry. Anyway, next is Toad, who was only in 1 and won that challenge. Shroomy was in 0. Was in 1, but I don't know if he won that one or not, so it's technically a tie. And did I just miss Karen on this one? No, I talked about Karen. Oh, wait, I also forgot to talk about the WOTFI rap. It's not, as I said, 2021 was basically the peak of the WOTFI rap. Yeah, but it's still a good rap. I liked it. It's not as good as the others, but the worse it's done, it's not better than the others. I can't really blame it for that. And here we go. The moment we all been waiting for. The combined scores. Mario was in a total of 29 rounds. Oh my god. And has won 8 of them. SMG4 was in 14 rounds and won 5 of them. SMG Free was in 5 rounds, but won only 1 of them. Boopkins was in 4 rounds, but only won 1 of them. Rob was in 3 rounds, but only did not win any of them, actually. I think he was only in the first WOTFI, actually, so yikes. Yeah, you see what I mean about, like, the underestimated people? They didn't bring back many of the ones in the first one, even though it would have been so easy. But no, let's just give Mario 11 rounds. Gosh. I didn't even realize that until I finally read it. What the? Anyway, Luigi was in 7 rounds, but only won 1 of them. Oh, really? What the heck? Huh. Luigi's not as good as I thought he was. Next is Ouija, who was in 2 rounds, but only won 1 of them. Tari was in 4 rounds, but sadly, she did not win them. And Melanie was in 7 rounds, and won 5 of them. These two, sadly, were a tie and a loss. Yeah, Melanie got screwed over. Anyway, Bob had 10 rounds, and won 3 of them. Wimpu was in 5 rounds, but only won 2 of them. Oh, no, yeah, that's what I meant. Psycho was in 4 rounds, but only won 3 of them. Shroomy was in only 2 rounds, but did not win any of them. Well, 1 maybe, but we don't know the score. But Belle was only in 1, and did not win it. Meggy was only in 4 rounds. See what I mean? Meggy's only in 4 of them. At least they give her the... At least she gets to sing the next WOTFI rap. But she won half of them. She won 2 of the 4 rounds. Jub was only in 2. And lost both of them. Wario was only in 1. Bowser was only in 1. And Nintendo, as a company, was only in 1. And they did not win any of them. Swag was in 2, but only won 1. Karen was in 2 and won both of them, meaning that she and Toad, who's only been in 1 but won that round, are the only ones with perfect scores. It would have been Melanie if she didn't get screwed over, but yeah, interesting. And a total of 20 ties. And not as bad. But yes. Now, let's talk about some other things. So, in total of rounds, I said it before, Mario was in 29 of them. SMG... Well, let's go least to the greatest. So, both Belle, Wario, Bowser, Nintendo, and Toad were only in 1 of those rounds. Were only in 1 round. Luigi, Karen, Swag, Jub, and Shroomy were in 2 rounds. Rob only got 3 rounds. Meggy, Tori, and Psycho only got 4 rounds. SMG3 only got 5. Luigi and Melanie only got 7. Well, actually, they're the 4th highest. 10th is Bob. Third is Bob with 10 rounds that he's participated in. SMG4 has appeared in 14, and SMG4 and Mario takes the victory with 29. This doesn't mean he has the highest score, right? Well, so when it comes to wins, the wins. Okay, let's get down to it. Rob, Tari, Shroomy, Belle, Jub, Wario, Bowser, Nintendo come in. Don't even make the top 5. They come in 6th place. Because they have no score. They have not won any round. But SMG3, Boopkins, Luigi, Ouija, Toad, and Swag have at least won one of those rounds, making them 5th. And in 4th, we have Wimpu, Meggy, Karen, Ouija, since all of them have won at least 2. Okay, there's like some screaming out there that is creeping me out. Anyway, next is Bob and Psycho. They are in 3rd place with 3 rounds won. And in 2nd place, we have SMG4, Melanie, and Wimpu, who have won a total of 5 rounds. And Mario in 1st place, winning a whopping 8 rounds. Yeah, the bias. Yeah, it's because he participated in so many rounds that he got this high. But that's not what many people are talking about. Does this mean if I added to the original scores, could he beat SMG4? Well, if I add up all the scores, here's what I got. Mario got 32. While SMG4 got 33. And a total tie of 69. Wait, why did I have a tie here? Is that just like every single round for every War of the Fat Italians? I'm gonna guess that is. Yeah, a tie of 69. Huh. Anyway, yes. Mario caught up. But by 1 point, SMG4 has hanged on to the crown as the War of the Fat Italian champion. However, that's in total. If we only count 2020 to 2022, champion is Mario. So, yeah, that ends our series. Unless 2024, as I said, is the traditional War of the Fat Italians, it's the end. Thank you all for watching this. And if you want to see any more of my content, I am starting to do my plush series Fight the World again. And if this gets enough views, I might start doing like retrospectives of the SMG4 channel or maybe some others. But yeah, see you all later. Bye.